Oh, I might change this white t-shirt. I'll be right. That's much better. Hi everyone, talk about stuff here. And today I'd like to tackle a not so serious issue as the last, but something I feel I still need to talk about, and that is the Oxford English Dictionary's word of the year. Now, we will probably know that this year it is a emoji, but we're going to stop right there for a second and take a look at the past words of the year from the Oxford English Dictionary. Now, they started in 2004, as far as I've been able to tell. And so let's begin with the very first. Now, these, of course, are the Oxford English Dictionary's word of the year. So if you're American or from other countries, you probably won't understand the fucking thing I'm going to say. But that's your problem. You can always look it up on the Urban Dictionary, which is what I would recommend. Because the Oxford Dictionary is a load of shit, apparently. Let's go. 2004. Chav. Right. This one needs no introduction. Chavs were massive in 2004. They were everywhere. I mean, they're still everywhere. But we're not seeing as many nowadays. I'm not seeing as many chavs hanging around on the streets as there used to be. But back in 2004, 11 years ago, it was a big thing just coming out. You know, chav was the word. People in their shell suits and their full Adidas truck suits with their flat caps and their Nike trainers, riding their 50cc mopeds and terrorising old ladies at the bus stop. That was what 2004 was about, the year of the chav. I can understand that. People must use that word a lot. Excellent. I'm not too bothered. 2005, Sudoku. Sudoku, or Sudoku, Sudoku? Well, we all like a bit of Sudoku, right? I remember back in school in 2005, our English teacher, our maths teacher would have us doing Sudoku occasionally. And hey, it got our brains working. It was pretty good. There were Sudoku puzzle books everywhere. There was Sudoku online, Sudoku challenges. I just remember Sudoku. I got pretty good. But then again, it's not too difficult, really. It's putting numbers in boxes. There's only so many you can choose from. 2006, bothered. Bothered, as in, I'm a bothered. Obviously from the Catherine Tate show. Yeah, we can see that loads of people were using that. It was a very popular catchphrase. Not really one I'd agree with, because it's incredibly rude. I'm a bothered. I'm not a big fan. Ooh. I'm gone a bit white in the face here. It's better. Alright. Bothered, 2006. I am bothered by that. Just a little bit. So let's move on to 2007. Now we're getting a bit more serious here with carbon footprint. What's your carbon footprint like? If, like everyone's, it's probably gone down in the last couple of years. Not because you want it to, but because large corporations are actually doing a little bit to help us lower our carbon footprint. What with eco refill bags, and now getting rid of free carrier bags. Sounds pretty good. I'm all for saving the environment, so you done good there, Oxford. 2008, and one which holds deep in our hearts is the credit crunch. Now, for us lower working class, the credit crunch was awful. I mean, we didn't have much to begin with, and now we had even less. But it was a bad time for everyone. Businesses were suffering, the middle class were suffering. The only people who weren't suffering were, the upper class, and their millions. So that one, I can understand. 2007, 2008 even, carbon footprint, it works. 2009 and the rise of the meerkat. Simples. I can't now. Simples. I'm not even going to try that. I just did. I hope that was amusing for you. Now to have that as word of the year is really advertising a brand, wouldn't you say? That would be like having McDonald's loving it as word of the year, or Burger King have it your way. I know that's not a word, but that's several words. Credit crunch was 2 words, carbon footprint 2 words. Deal with it. I don't agree with simples being a word of the year. They can go fuck themselves on that one. 2010 and the big society. 2010, David Cameron came into office, and he wanted this big society where communities would come together and exchange ideas on how to improve themselves. That is a fantastic idea. David Cameron, what happened? What happened to your big society? Oh, I forget. You're the Prime Minister, so you just go bullshit all the time, right? And just say things to make us vote you into power, and then take back those things and just never do them, and instead land us in shit and do completely the opposite. Fuck you, David Cameron. Fuck you and your big society. Moving on. 2011 and the the squeezed middle. Now, the squeezed middle is a term used to describe the middle class suffering. Anyone on a middle class wage. What is that? I'm not entirely sure what the thresholds are, but if you're not living in poverty and you're not working class, I mean, I know a lot of working class citizens, but I don't know many middle. Actually, I know a couple of middle class citizens, and I suppose earning 40k a year is sort of middle class. I mean, that's when you can sort of you have a pretty decent time eating outside rare treats, right? You can afford things you like when you make that sort of money. Now, that might not be a massive amount of money to some people, but to me, that is a huge amount of money, and I could do a lot. So this squeezed middle, inflation was rising, wages were staying the same, or even being cut in some cases, which caused this squeezed middle. I can understand them selecting that words as their word of the year. Because, well, if it was happening, it was happening. And at least it's not simples or bothered. And moving on, though, to 2012, and a word I hadn't actually heard before, surprisingly, for a word of the year, and that is omnishambles. Omni is a prefix meaning all, and shambles needs no introduction. So everything's a shambles. Good way to describe our country. Good way to describe the world at the moment, to be honest. That was in 2012. That's when things really started going to shit, and we sort of, or some of us became a bit more self-aware of what was happening in the world, and the media and the governments, and how they were playing us. So omnishambles, I would say 2012 was a big omnishamble. 2013, selfie. All I can just... I take selfies. Everyone takes selfies now. Even your nan takes selfies. I can't really say much. I don't agree with it being word of the year, but it is a massive part of everyone's life now, is taking a selfie. Fuck knows where it came from. I'm trying to think of the word. Fuck. Moving on. Actually, no, I'll go back. 2013. Selfie, the rise of the selfie. Was selfie deserved? Does it deserve to be word of the year? I guess so. There was an entire song made about selfies. If you haven't heard it, don't listen to it. It's shit. But yeah, I guess it was quite important. Everyone's doing it. I mean, to take a picture of yourself in front of something, or with a famous person with your front-facing camera. That's pretty cool. I guess selfie. 2014, and a controversial subject still: vape. Vape. It seems that vaping is slowly losing its popularity. I mean, kids love it. I hate vaping because it seems to glorify smoking and offering a safer, healthy alternative to smoking. I smoke. I shouldn't. That's a decision I make. I don't smoke a lot, but I do. I mean, if you're not smoking and you don't want to take up smoking, but you see a safe, healthy alternative to smoking, why not? Why not? But here's the thing, it's not safe and it's not healthy. But it's word of the year anyway, so we're going to have to deal with that, I guess. It's here to stay. Vaping. And now to 2015. And this year's word of the year, and it's not even a fucking word. It's a fucking pictograph. Face with tears, crying and laughter. Now, I don't really see people using this smiley. Not anywhere. I mean, I'm sure lots of people do, but I don't really see it. I mean, I see LOL more than I see this laughing, crying face. And Monica Geller said it best. It's not even a word! Please. Please. What is this showing? Where are we as a society when we have a pictograph as word of the year? Pretty soon, books aren't going to fucking exist, but books will just be pictures. I read picture books when I was a kid. Come on! Give us a fucking word! I got a word for 2015, disaster. Because that's all it fucking seems to be right now. Just one fucking disaster after another. And I'm sure with a month and a half still left of 2015, we've got a whole lot more to come. This has been Talk About Stuff, signing out. Take care, guys.